In today's breaking story, Trump just fired one of America's top generals, and it was all over this. That's right, Trump continues to get more and more unhinged. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, Trump is an absolute disaster, and he targets anyone who calls him out for it. This is why he keeps targeting the Fed.
While the labor market appears to be in balance, it is a curious kind of balance that results from a marked slowing in both the supply of and demand for workers. This unusual situation suggests that downside risks to employment are rising. And if those risks materialize, they can do so quickly in the form of sharply higher layoffs and rising unemployment. At the same time, GDP growth has slowed notably in the first half of this year to a pace of 1.2%, roughly half the 2.5% pace in 2024. The decline in growth has largely reflected a slowdown in consumer spending. As with the labor market, some of the slowing in GDP likely reflects slower growth of supply or potential output. Turning to inflation, higher tariffs have begun to push up prices in some categories of goods. Estimates based on the latest available data indicate that total PCE prices rose 2.6% over the 12 months ending in July. Excluding the volatile food and energy categories, core PCE prices rose 2.9%, above their level of a year ago.
Trump is also obviously targeting states that didn't vote for him by sending in the military, and honestly, this is infuriating to me. It reads as petty, insecure. It's pathetic behavior you'd expect from like a toddler if they were voted in as president.
Anywhere on earth. So, I really am honored that the National Guard has done such an incredible job working with the police. And we haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're willing to do. We have to. And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one. But they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York, and we're going to help with...
And now Trump just fired one of America's top generals all over this. Take a look at today's top story. Today, we are learning that President Trump has just ousted yet another top general, this time the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency, and the reason speaks volumes. Air Force Lieutenant General Jeffrey Cruz, one of the most senior intelligence officials in the Pentagon, was abruptly fired on Friday. Pentagon officials have refused to answer questions about whether he was forced out or why, but the timing tells the story. Cruz oversaw an intelligence report that contradicted Trump's claim that his bombing of Iran's nuclear sites had completely obliterated them. The DIA assessment said the sites were badly damaged but not destroyed. For Trump, that kind of honesty is unacceptable. And so, another career military officer with decades of nonpartisan service is gone. This is part of a clear pattern. Trump has systematically purged generals and top officials who refuse to bend the truth in his favor. He removed Air Force General C.Q. Brown Jr. as chairman of the Joint Chiefs. He fired General Tim Hoff from the NSA. A senior NATO admiral was pushed out in April. Just weeks ago, he dismissed the director of the Bureau of Labor Statistics after jobs data did not flatter him. Senator Mark Warner, the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, blasted the move, saying the Trump administration has turned intelligence into a loyalty test rather than a safeguard for the nation. The message is clear in Donald Trump's Pentagon: facts are expendable, loyalty to Trump is not. And this has echoes of history. Many are comparing this to Richard Nixon's Saturday Night Massacre during Watergate, when officials were purged for refusing to carry out political orders. But unlike Nixon, who eventually faced accountability and resignation, Trump is doing this while actively shaping military and intelligence leadership in real time. The cost is America's credibility and security. When the truth is seen as a threat, the truth tellers are the ones who get fired. Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.